Hey there! Welcome, I'm just setting things up. Let's close that. Okay, we are good. Thanks everyone for coming. We're going to be continuing where we left off from last time. Cheryl, 오랜만이에요. Always 오랜만이에요. You're going to be a master at that phrase. And hey Arlie. 안녕하세요 여러분. Nice. Okay, I think this is where we got up to because we had saved right after we did that, which is cool. So that means it saves once. I guess that means it saves once each day, right? Does that sound about right? Like if it saves once each day. Hey Lauren, because but I don't know if it saves after each person you talk to or each full thing you do, like after each crime scene you look at. I really don't know. It's complicated. 모든 일정을 마무리하고, so I finished all of my scheduled things that I needed to do. 숙소로 돌아왔을 땐, and when I returned back to the residence, my room, 벌써 해가 져 있었다. The sun had already set. Like I said, I'm going to let these kind of simmer for just a few extra seconds than I normally will, just so that you guys can kind of read along as well. Because I feel like sometimes I'll just like skip it really quick, but then I'll think, wait, maybe someone was still reading that. 모든 일정을 마무리하고 숙소로 돌아왔을 땐 벌써 해가 져 있었다. 하루가 너무 빠르다는 생각이 든다. I get the feeling, 생각이 든다, that the day is too fast. I feel like the day's too short. Pretty much. Get the feeling that the day's too fast. No, I don't think so, because I have to wait so long between saves. Every day feels really slow for me. Hey, Larissa. Whew. 나는 찌뿌둥한 몸을 그대로 담요에 던졌다. So I threw my 찌뿌둥한. I'm guessing this is going to be like lethargic, but I'm not sure. It's a guess. 찌뿌둥하다. 마음에 맞지 않아 몹시 찌뿌드드하다. 고달프고 무겁다. 날씨가 잔뜩 흐리다의 뜻도 있음. Okay. So this is a word that means you are, one thing at least, that your body feels really heavy. Just have to keep searching to find the definition because it doesn't show. Totally useless. Doesn't tell me what it means. Okay, let's check. Let's see if it does. 찌뿌드드하다 is what it says another word means. Okay, to feel unwell and to feel heavy. Okay. I mean, we figured it was a bad meaning. We just didn't know what to actually translate it to. 몸을 그대로, just as it was, like without doing anything to myself, just threw myself into the mattress. And now it's too quiet. We need that we need that music again. Hey Maria. Okay. 너무 많은 일을 겪었다. We have experienced so many things. Literally too many things. So many things. Have gone through so much. 몸이 지쳐 움직이질 않는다. My body is so exhausted that it doesn't want to move. Like I just don't want to move. I'm so exhausted. I'm gonna leave this on here. My friend sending me a message. Okay. 하지만 마지막으로 오늘 하루 조사한 것들을 정리할 필요는 있지 않을까? But 마지막으로 last thing I do today, in last, 오늘 하루 조사한 곳들, the things that I investigated today during the day. 정리하다, to organize. 정리할 필요는 있지 않을까? Isn't there a necessity for me to organize the things that I researched today? In the end, before I go to bed, basically. But shouldn't I be organizing the things that I investigated today? Sort of those things. Sort of like that translation. Okay, so 추론은 각 사건의 추리 현황을 살펴보는 한편 용의자들에 대해 추론해 볼 수 있는 곳입니다. So this is where you can make the investigative things. The 추론, hold on. 론 is always going to be some sort of argument or discussion topic. So here it's deduct. That's what the word is. So this is the deduction section. So we're going to be making deductions, making guesses basically about every one of the 용의자, all of the suspects. Here's the tab. 추론 탭을 눌러 이동할 수 있습니다. Okay, 이곳에서는 모든 인물의 신뢰도를 한눈에 살펴볼 수 있으며, so in this place you can check each 모든 인물, every person's 신뢰도. This is 신뢰, trust, and 도, the amount, which is a good 한자 as well. You'll see 도 used like for an amount of something. So the amount of trust. 한눈에, in one screen, literally in one eye. 살펴볼 수 있으며, so you can just check them all quick at a glance. 각 사건, at a glance would be better than on one screen. But anyway, at once. 각 사건에서 유추한 용의자를 동시에 확인할 수 있습니다. So you can 유추하다. I don't know this word actually. Do I? Conjecture. No, okay. I don't even care if I didn't know that word. Sometimes I'll be like, what's this word? Do I know this word? And I look it up and it's like coagulate or something like that. And I'm like, oh, no, I didn't know that. But I don't know what I don't know, so I can't always tell if it's a word that's useful or not until I look it up. Okay, you never know when conjecture will come up. It could be like infer, is what Naver also says, infer. So you can, but I don't even think infer works here. Let me check the Korean definition. Deduct, I think would be better as another word for deduct here. The reason is we had the other word that we had, 추론, which I said was like deduction. This might be a good word for the verb form, deduct. But then still, the suspects that you've deducted in each case still doesn't really, I don't know, still doesn't really work. Well, I'll think about that later for a good translation. Okay, yeah, conjecture, exactly. It's like, when do I use that word in English? But that's okay. You don't have to like master the word, just you see it, you write it down. You'll see it used again. You just kind of know generally what it means, like that it's a word that means to do something, whatever, and just keep going. It's not really that important of a word. Okay, you want to look at the tutorial again? No. So we want to check this out. Let's see our deductions tab. So we have only a little bit of trust with each of these girls that we've talked with. Jae-shiri totally doesn't trust us, and Hyunmina trusts us a little, but still more than anyone else. So we have to figure out who was the... We still got to read... Oh, see, we got a new record here. Okay, so we knew that we learned something new from this. Like, we're not reading it, but unless you guys, like I said, unless you guys want to read it. It would be a really boring stream, but I can put on the Coma 2 OST and read the evidence that we get. There's a lot of evidence, though. We've already picked up a bunch of evidence and maybe about like I don't know, 10 pages of evidence between this and the other documents that we have. Okay, so basically we know though that 구미호 uses, 구사하다 is they speak, they use 사몬트 language. So we can see the crime scenes here. If we find here 구령어, so we can know that because this is 구령어, it is not 구미호. What else do we know? We know that what language do the other ones use? Okay, we know that the succubus kind of damages the body at the crime scene, I guess. But I'm not really too certain about that one yet. 폐교, 강. So anyway, vampire would either be the abandoned school or the river. So then let's go in here. Wait, what did I just say about, who was that? Vampire. Okay, vampire is 폐교 or 강. So we can find, this one's the 강, this one's the, okay, that doesn't help at all because these are the only two cases we have. We just know that this is where the vampire is going to be coming from. 구미호 uses, like I said, 사몬트, so it's not going to be that. These are both 구령어, so these were not done by the 구미호. We just kind of have to eliminate stuff that we know. Okay, so 훼손하다 would be like damage, but let me just double check before we yeah, damages. But both of these, I think the body's definitely damaged here. Yeah, 신체 훼손, so body damage. There's body damage here. Let's check out this one. 관통. So maybe it's not. So this one maybe was done by the succubus. Although we don't know. But it could have been done by the succubus. And this one would not have been done by the succubus. Because we know that it was 관통, like impaled or penetrated, not damaged. So this was not done. So we can already eliminate two. So we already know, well, at least this one we know it's between these three. And the thing is, once we figure out who did each case, we can figure out who did not do a case. And that is the real person. And with that person, we also have to have enough trust so that they'll leave the village with us. Or otherwise we lose, even if we pick the right one, we have to have trust with them. Okay. I think we've checked all of this stuff. So, we know, oh, I see. It just organizes the same information here. We don't know, we haven't seen these other crime scenes though yet, so we don't know what's going on with that. You don't have to reply to anything. If you go to a restaurant, the first thing they'll say is 어서 오세요, welcome. You don't have to say anything. If you want, you could say 네. Like if you're gonna say something right after, like yes, 3 people or whatever you want to say, you can say that, like 네, 세 명이요. You know, yes, we're a group of 3. Otherwise, you don't have to say anything. It's just a greeting, like welcome. What would you say if someone said welcome? You could, I mean, in English, you might say thank you, but you usually don't. It's usually just at a restaurant, like yes, come in. You don't really need to say anything. I'm trying to see if there's anything else we can figure out from this information so far. We don't really know anything about these other ones. We don't know who uses 구령어 yet either. Anyway, let's go back to here. 아직 제대로 된 추론을 하기엔 정보가 많이 부족한 것 같다. In order to make a good deduction, like decision, whatever, 정보가 많이 부족한 것 같다. I think we're missing a lot of information. We don't have it's very insufficient, the information we have. We don't have enough. 나는 핸드폰을 멀리 치우며, I put my cell phone far away, you know, like cleared it away from me. 이불에 다시 몸을 묻었다, and buried my body again in the blankets. Basically, went back into the blankets. I always say thank you. Do you say thank you to the bus driver too? I'm just joking. Actually, I do. Koreans do actually say thank you to the bus driver. It's kind of funny. I mean, like with the meme and everything. But yeah, after I get off the bus, I'll be like, "Hey, 고맙습니다," or something like that when you get off. Okay. 아직까진 안개 속을 헤매는 느낌이다. Still feels like I'm going. I'm like making my way through the fog. Or yeah. Oops. Yeah. Southern, we say thank you to everyone about everything. People think we are all rude. I swear, though, everyone I interacted with when I went to New York the 2 times was at least, I'll say, not rude, but like not friendly, especially. So I guess just different. It must have just been the area I was in, you know, filled with tourists, and people don't like that. So, like, if you were to come to, like, if you visit LA, people who visit LA, they're like, LA's not that great. I'm like, yeah, you go to the tourist places. We don't even go to those places. Like, they're not cool. 하지만 이렇게 조금씩 해내면 분명. But if I just keep going little by little, I'm sure that I can do it. Basically. You did not meet me. Well, it was like 2012 or something. 2000. Yeah, sometime around there. I don't know. Like I said, it was that time where the subways all shut down. 분명, I'm sure. Oh, save. A save. What's the deal then? Okay, 선택까지 5일. Only 5 days left. There's not much time left before we have to make our decision. Oh, and by the way, we're going to go until 7 today. So we're going 1 more hour, and then there's the energy saving thing. But it's really hot. I don't want to deal with that. So we're just going to do streaming until 7. So 1 hour from now. 요란한 진동 소리에 잠이 깼다. I woke up, 잠이 깨다. It's like to be awakened. I was awakened by the loud 진동 소리, vibrating sound of my cell phone. Upside down pentagram. Yeah. Chicken 여자. You should get a hat made that says chicken 여자. I want to get one that says chicken 남자, just like this one. Actually, yeah, is this the same? That's a different company. Let me check. 아니, 진동 소리는 평소대로인데 요란하게 느껴진 거다. The vibrating sound was as usual. It was always like this, but it felt 요란하다. Felt like loud. Felt noisy. 이 정도 진동에 잠이 깨다니, to think that I would wake at just this much of a vibration. Basically, I'm really sensitive because I'm just stressed and everything. 굉장히 민감해져 있는 모양이다. It appears that I am extremely sensitive to think that I'll wake up at this slight vibration of my phone. 잠 좀 자자. 망할. Okay. Let's freaking get some sleep. Dang it. 미지의 문자에 대한 두려움은 거의 없어져 있었다. I had almost lost all fear about this, the unknown text messages. 지금에 와선 꽤 고약한 게임을 하는 기분이다. 고약하다. It's going to be some sort of easy game. I don't know. No. Oh, okay. A foul. No, awful. I cannot pronounce English. A foul. Okay, yeah, foul or awful. I should not read those together. Basically, it feels like I'm playing a quite awful game by now. So like by now, it's almost like I'm playing an awful game that I'm not even afraid anymore of the unknown text messages that I keep getting. It's just like a game, like an awful game, is what he's saying. I just realized if we get a sentence tonight, it will be before it's too late. Plenty of time to translate, still get some sleep. Yeah, that's a good point. I should pay attention to make sure I give you guys a good sentence. 선택까지 5일, 5 days until the decision. 예상했던 문자가 도착해 있었다. I was going to give you guys this, but I think it's a little too short. The text message I had been expecting had arrived. I've been enjoying translating. Nice. I'm also having fun playing this game. At first, it was extremely difficult to play this game. And it was really frustrating because we didn't see any of the girls. It was just us talking to ourselves. It's like this narrative language. But now it's kind of like, it's a little more fun that we're figuring out like the style that they're using. And it's not as hard as it was when we first started. Okay. 이렇게 보니 무슨 국가에서 보내는 단체 문자 같기도 하군. Looking at it like this, it's almost like it's some group text message that's been sent by the by like some domestic message, like sent within Korea. Like it's some group message or something. Hold on. Let me just check to make sure I'm translating that correctly. Okay, no, not domestic. I was thinking national, and I changed it to domestic in my head. But no, it is more like the like a message sent by the state, as in Korea, like the government, kind of like that. So it's kind of like a group message sent out by like the government or something like that, is what he's saying. Because yeah, it's like, you know, like Amber Alert or like fire over here, or you know, those sort of alerts you get on your phone. I think that's kind of what he's saying. 난 핸드폰을 신경질적으로 던져놓고 I threw it worriedly. Not sure about that. No. It kind of, but not, it's that word, but it's not that translation. Temperamentally. Sharp-tempered. Okay. Basically worriedly, but that's not the good translation for it. Let's see what comes next. 비틀거리는 몸을 이끌고 욕실로 향했다. Do I know 비틀? So I'll just write that one down too. Basically, I dragged my something body, maybe like tired or something like that. Stumbling. Okay, stumbling. I dragged my stumbling body to the bathroom, pretty much. So dragged my stumbling body toward the bathroom. Group chat with the green government. Like a not like a group chat, but like a message that's just sent out in a group at once. That kind of thing. 단체 means any sort of group. 세수를 해서, so I washed up. 정신을 조금 맑게 만든다. So I washed up and I feel a little bit more conscious, a little bit more awake now. Hey, the one and only. 선택까지. 선택하다. Go with an object or subject marker. It would be object marker. You're selecting. To select. So what the object is that you're selecting would be the object marker. 정신이 맑아지니. So feeling a little bit more like awake now, composed. 되려 찌부둥한 몸의 상태가 그대로 느껴졌다. Let's see if I can remember this word. We learned it like a few minutes ago. So, on the contrary, opposite to that, 지푸둥한, what did I say that was? That was 지푸드드하다. Did I even look that up? Did I say I couldn't find the translation for that or something? I think that was the one where I said I couldn't find the translation for it, but I can't remember. Yeah, I don't think I could find the translation for that. Let's see if I can find it again. Or I said something else. Like unwell. Yeah, that wasn't really... Okay, we'll just say bad. Basically, my body still felt bad. Like, I felt more awake now, but I still felt... But my body, on the other hand, was still feeling really bad. Heavy, unwell. Okay, something like that, yeah. That's right, heavy. I do now remember. I thought 무겁다 after thinking that. So yeah, kind of like heavy and unwell. 자주 가던 찜질방에 있는 안마 의자가 생각났다. Nah, this one's not good for you guys. Okay, I thought about the massage chair at the 찜질방, the sauna, basically like a sauna. You pay money, you go in, you wash up, and then you can relax. One of those places that I used to go to often. So I remembered I was thinking about the massage chair at the 찜질방 that I used to often go to. 그거 한 방이면 하루 피로가 쫙 풀리는 기분이었는데 말이야. You know, if you just go there once, just one time, and you can get rid of, it feels like you get rid of all of the fatigue from the entire day. That's what it felt like. Maria is what I'm saying. Like, man, you go there once and you just get rid of all of that fatigue that you get for the whole day. All it takes is once. Did I skip a sentence? I felt like my heavy, unwell body felt the same, even though I felt awake. This sentence, I thought I did that one. Or maybe you mean skip that sentence as giving it to you guys. Okay. 그런 생각을 하다가 고개를 숙여 끄끄 웃고 만다. So thinking about that, I just kind of lowered my head and I just ended up like I was just laughing. I was kind of like giggling, like like man, if I just had that massage chair. Like that. Hey, really, yeah, welcome. We got another 45 minutes in here, so welcome. 이런 상황에 찜질방이라니. To think about a 찜질방 in this situation. 현실 감각이 마비되고 있는 것 같다. Feels like reality. I feel like all of my feelings, this feeling of reality that I have, are just having a heart attack. Something like that. Paralyzed. Okay. Paralyzed. I'll write that down. But yeah, it's kind of like that, though. So not working. Okay. 선택까지 5일. Again. 방으로 돌아오자마자 핸드폰부터 집어들었다. Okay, this is all of your guys' sentence. This is perfect. This is all of your sentence for today. Even you, Cheryl. This is your sentence too. 방으로 돌아오자마자 핸드폰부터 집어들었다. Hey, Small. Remember, for context, our character just washed up. I don't think he took a shower. I don't know why he didn't take a shower. We're trying to figure out which girl we want. We should take a shower at least. But he just washed up. So I'm guessing he at least washed his face. We don't know. didn't really tell us how clean he is now. But he washed up and now looking at our cell phone again. Time to wait till next stream. Yes. 방으로 돌아오자마자 핸드폰부터 집어 들었다. You got it? Let's go on. 오늘도 사람이 죽었다면 장소가 문자로 도착했을 거다. If a person also had died today, 장소가, the location, would have already arrived 문자로, by text. So I would have already gotten a text message if someone had died today. So I guess no one died today. I think someone probably died today, but we don't know. But anyway, if someone had died today, we would have already gotten a text message of the location, like we did the other two times. 하지만, but 아무리 기다려도 다른 문자는 오지 않았다. But no matter how much I waited, 다른 문자는, another text, 오지 않았다, didn't come. So no, another text didn't come no matter how much I waited. 아무래도 오늘은 그 끔찍한 사건이 없는 모양이다. I guess that today it appears there's not going to be any sort of horrific case like that for today. I think I know one word in that sentence. But you might know some of the grammar in it, and you can find the grammar in it in a couple of the grammar forms in there. I have videos about those. So I guess there's not going to be any horrible cases today, pretty much. 후아. 쪽팔리는 말이지만 나는 순간적으로 남아 망할 괴물들에게 감사함을 느껴버렸다. You know, this feels pretty much like pretty ridiculous to say, but for a moment at least I kind of felt thanks to those demons that there's no death case today. So it's like, it's kind of ridiculous for me to say this, but for a moment there I kind of also almost felt thankful to them. 9,500, not quite. Let's see, I've been doing this I did every single week without skipping a single week since the end of 2012. So what would that be? 8 years almost. So 8 times 50. So 400 plus I started doing 2 videos a week early last year. No, that was in 2018. I started doing 2 videos a week. So I don't know, maybe 600 videos right now. I actually haven't counted before. How many YouTube videos on a channel? Let's see. Can I check? I don't even know. I don't know how many videos I have. 비유하자면 고문을 당하는 도중 잠깐 쉬고 하자는 말이 달콤하게 들린 것 같은 느낌. To make a metaphor, to make a comparison to this situation, it's kind of like in the middle of getting tortured, you take a little break. It's kind of like this 달콤하게 들린 거, like it feels kind of like a relief, just like being told, hey, let's take a little break while you're in the middle of getting tortured. That's what it feels like. That's what the sentence says. We can subtract the video and make kimchi and the one where you make ramen sandwich. Oh, welcome. Someone subscribed. Maria Eduarda Rezen. I didn't get to read the last name, but Maria, welcome. That's you up here. I see you made a comment earlier. Maria Eduarda Rezende. Welcome. 그게 곧 이어질 고문을 위한 장비 점검 시간임에도 말이다. 점검. What's that? Do I know this word? I think yeah. Check. Okay, I did know that word. Yeah, 건강 점검. Okay. Yeah, and a checkup and an inspection. basically, even though that time that you get, so basically we're saying, you know, it feels like you're just getting a break from being tortured, but still it's even though it's just time to kind of inspect the equipment that they're using for torturing, which is going to continue. So even though that's just the time that you're taking a break is just for them to inspect the equipment they're going to be used for torturing, which is going to continue. 생각 같아선 이 짧은 평화를 더 오래 즐기고 싶지만, you know, I would like to, I would like to continue this short amount of peace. I'd like to keep enjoying it a little bit longer. 더 오래, more time. But 나에겐 아직 할 일들이 많다. But I still have a lot of things to do. Exact same translation. Nice. You guys already tried translating that sentence? I just gave it to you like 10 minutes ago. Nice. 나는 크게 한숨을 쉬며 방을 나섰다. So I took a deep breath and left the room. And we're gonna meet the inn owner guy. This is so many saves. This is ridiculous. I wish it was like this normally. 간단한 아침 산책을 마쳤다. I finished my simple morning walk. Took a little walk in the morning. 말이 산책이지 주변 지형 탐색이었다. You know, I say a walk, but it was actually just searching around the area. 지형, the area of the form. No. Yeah, I guess it was the form. Okay, topography. Okay, so I finished my morning walk, but you know, it was actually, I say walk, but it was actually kind of checking out the area. 나는 나름의 탈출 루트를 탐색하고 있었다. I was kind of trying to find a good escape route from the village. Had to get my sentence in before bed. 마지막 날 인간을 선택했다 하더라도 even if I selected the human on my last day, 도중에 제지당하면 아무것도 할 수 없게 된다. On the way, if I were to get something, I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. 제지당하다. Is this ambushed? I don't think so. Okay, stopped. If they restrained me from leaving, if they stopped me from leaving, kept me back from leaving. So basically I'm saying even if I were to on the last day select the real person, well, what if they just prevent me from leaving? If they do, well, I wouldn't really be able to do anything about it. 지금 내가 하고 있는 이 노력을 허망하게 만들 순 없지. I can't make my efforts so far that I'm doing right now have been in vain. So... right, we want to make sure by the time we're leaving, we have an escape route that we can use to actually get out. Okay. 그렇게 아침 일과가 대강 끝났다. So I pretty much finished the things I have to do in the morning. My morning schedule. 내가 계획한 시간표대로라면, according to my the schedule for what I planned, 이제 데이트 시간이다. Now it's time for dating. Why are we calling it dating? Anyway, now's the time for picking what girl do we want to meet. Who do you guys want to meet? 데이트는 무슨, what do I mean, a date? 데이트는 무슨. This is an expression, something something는 or un 무슨. It's like, what do you mean that? Or what kind, like, date my eye. The village girl? Which one was that? 스스로 떠올린 단어에 피식 웃어버린다. I'm laughing at the vocabulary, at the word that I even came up with myself. Calling it a date makes me laugh. I don't know, 피식. I'm guessing that's something to do with how you laughed. Giggly. Giggity. So basically, I laughed giggity at the vocabulary I thought of myself. I don't know why we're laughing. It's like, whatever. I guess we're losing our mind because we're just stuck here. The one who threatened us. We can meet her again. I think we already met her, unless you're talking about someone else. Okay, well, I'll show you. 데이트라니, date? 참 한가한 단어 선정이다. It's quite a, like, a carefree, leisurely term. Hanga, let's check if that works for this type of vocabulary. Normally it's like that sort of meaning. Free, carefree. Yeah, casual. Maybe casual would be a way to say it in this case, but it's normally like leisurely, carefree. 하지만 결국 본질은 같다. Oops, I thought it would say something else. But in reality, the what it is the same thing. It is a date. Its nature, or what it is the same in the end. I have warm water though this time, so hopefully that helps. But anyway. 괴물인지 인간인지 모를 그 여자들과 신뢰 관계를 형성해 두고. So I gotta develop? Hold on. Remember, I'm trying to translate. I'm not just trying to get the gist of it. Yeah, develop. So I'll develop our trust with the girls, who I don't know if they're a demon or a humans. 괴물인지 인간인지 모르다. 그 여자들과 신뢰 관계. So a relationship of trust. So basically I'm going to develop this relationship of trust with these girls who I don't know if they're demons or humans. And 마지막 날, the last day, 나를 믿고 따라오도록 만들어야 한다. And I have to make them trust me so they'll follow me on the last day. Cheryl Clueless Schaefer. We have the same middle name. 신뢰, trust. 단순하지만 어려운 문제다. It's a simple but difficult problem. Named anyone. I don't know who this Cheryl is. 최대한 많이 만나면서 날 믿게 만들 방법을 찾는 게 중요하겠지. It would be important to find out a way to make them believe me while meeting as many as possible. So I gotta meet as many of them as possible while finding out a way to make them believe me. That would be important to do that. 자, alright. 그럼 여성분들을 만나러 가볼까? So then, should I go to meet the girls? Okay, here we go. So who do we want to meet? We've already met 3 of them before. 최시리. The girl who is just crazy. She's whether she's a mudang or whether she's actually a what do you call it? Like a real witch or not, she's crazy. But we met her and she 반말's us. Hansei, she's the girl who tasered us when we first. She was one of the first people we met. Actually, she was the first person we met. She tasered us at the crime scene. And she's apparently looking for her dad's friend who's suspected in a murder case or disappearing person case. So she's trying to clear her dad's name. And we also met Hyunmina, who's like a high schooler who got lost and came to this town. She doesn't know what she's doing here, and she's really scared and really shy. But like I said, all of these girls, except for one of them, are just lying to us, and they're actually demons. So we could try to meet the other two, Solnari or Yucherin, and then pick out who do we trust. So let's do that. Let's meet Solnari or Yucherin. Who do you guys want to meet first? Solnari was the random shy girl who we met in the hall. Yucherin was the like executive director of the construction company. Who do you guys want to meet? One vote for Solnari. Hey, Zell. Two votes. Okay, we're going to do Solnari. Save time. Okay, let's go meet her. 마을 앞 숲으로 간다 했다. So the inn owner had said that she's going to the 숲, the forest in front of the village. 숲은 꽤 넓어. It's quite wide. It's quite big. 나는 소나리 씨를 찾기 위해 조금 걸어 다녀야 했다. So I had to walk around a bit in order to find her. 소나리. 소나리 씨를 소리쳐 부르면 간단하겠는데, okay, we'll see me. It would be simple if I just yelled out her name, but 그러기엔 좀 민망하기도 하고. I'm a bit embarrassed though to do that. Yeah, this was the girl we met her in the hallway. Excuse my throat. And she was really shy. I don't remember too much about her. Of all the people we met, she seemed to be the most human, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean she's a human. Just saying she seemed to be the most, like, normal. But then why is she here? That's the thing. Why is she here if she's a normal person? We got to find who the real human is. 자칫 이상한 오해가 생겨버리면 이후 관계 유지하기가 불편해질지도 모른다. If by chance even the smallest strange misunderstanding were to occur, then, well, after here it would be difficult for me to maintain, uncomfortable and difficult for me to maintain a relationship with her. Maybe. That's what this says. Basically, if there were to be some sort of slight misunderstanding, well, then it would be difficult to continue. It would be kind of uncomfortable to keep a regular relationship with her. So we don't want to just scream out her name in the forest like that. 무엇보다 두려웠다. And more than anything, I was just scared. 소나리 씨가 인간이 아닐 수도 있다는 입회자의 말. What the initiator had said was that thinking about the fact that the initiator said she might not be a human. 그리고 며칠 새 일어난 연쇄 살인. And then the serial murders that have been occurring for the past few days. 이러한 것들이 눈에 띄는 행동을 자제시켰던 것이다. 자제. I know 자제 is normally refrain, but I don't get it here. 눈에 띄는 행동을 자제시켰던 것이다. Let's try it. To be controlled. Okay, I get it. These kind of things have made me kind of control my actions. I didn't realize you can literally do more than anything. Yeah, 무엇보다. Maybe 30% of the vote. Well, if you're picking up any of it, it's helpful. Like I said, even for me, like I teach Korean, but I'm not like, I'm not perfect in Korean. I don't know everything. Even for me, this game has a lot of hard stuff in it, if that makes you feel any better. Like even that sentence we just did, I had to read it like 5 times to get it. 결국 내가 할 수 있는 건 무턱대고 돌아다니는 것뿐. In the end, the only thing I could really do is just kind of go around. 무턱대다, I don't know that. And there's tons of words I don't know here as well. 무턱, short chin. I don't think so. No, neighbor, I don't think so. Okay, 무턱대다 is not in the dictionary, in the mobile version anyway. 무턱대고 남을 믿어서. Okay. Ah, here we go. I do see the Korean definition for just 무턱. 마구. Okay, so just. Pretty much just. Without any sort of reason, just. So all I could do was just only look around and that's it. Oops, let's rewrite that. I'm not perfect if it makes you feel better. A few months later, Billy corrects neighbor. No, yeah, like, I'm never going to be perfect. I'm not judging myself based on a native. You can judge yourself based on me, but me in 15, you in 15 years, sure, you can get to where I am, or probably a lot better, actually. But yeah, like, you know, there are lots of stuff in here that makes me go like, what? Like, even if I know, sometimes I'll even know all the words in the sentence. I'll be like, what does that mean? And I'll have to like think about it. Like, sometimes I'll know all the words and I'll write down the sentence and I won't even get it. And then I'll like think about it later at night and be like, oh yeah, now I get it. So yeah, it's a lot of hard stuff. And I don't do enough reading. So this is improving your guys' Korean as much as it is improving mine. Because I don't ever expose myself to this sort of reading Korean either. Like, I would have just said magu or mak, which is what it words. Mak is the spoken version of this, 무턱대다. But this is like a fancier version of it. 그렇게 조금씩 초조해질 무렵. 초조하다. Did I already do this? See, like every sentence has some word. No, I think we did do 초조, but I can't remember what it was. I think we did. Yeah, anxious. Right, anxious. Okay. 그렇게 조금씩 초조해질 무렵. I'll write that down though for anxious because I couldn't think of it. Okay, and then 무렵 is just a fancy word for time. It's like around when. So a kind of when. And then kind of when I was getting a little bit anxious, something's going to happen. Oh, 선아리 씨. See, told you guys. And patient. Don't forget about patient. Humble. Well, no, I'm just not going to brag. That's it. It's not about being like humble. It's about being honest, because humble would be I say I'm not very good at Korean. I'm good at Korean. I'm not gonna be like super humble about it, but I'm not like bragging about it, which is like, or saying something more than I am, or like telling people that I know everything. Like, you know, that's not good. Because I think people will say, I think it could also be damaging for both, like me saying that I'm really being really humble, or me being really proud. Both of those would be damaging for myself, for my reputation, but also to people who are just trying to learn Korean. They see me and they're like, oh, his Korean's really good. Study 15 years. Wow. But then I say it, oh, my Korean's not even really that good. You're like, oh my goodness. And he still thinks his Korean's not good. Oh no. Like that. Or like, even if I study so hard, I'm still not going to be very good. Or the other way, yeah, I've been studying 15 years. I speak pretty much like a native. You know, people say I'm a native all the time. And then I think, wow, I've been studying for 10 years, but I'll never get to that level. Wow, it's impossible. And that would be like bad too. Like the people who go on YouTube and say that they learned, fluently multiple languages, but they actually just know a bunch of phrases. Like, I think that's also like kind of harmful too. Like saying you can have a conversation, fine. Saying you studied and got to like a usable level in a language is fine. But then going out and saying you got fluent in like a month, fluent in 3 months, fluent, like that's a lie. No one does. Like, and I think it just makes people, it just causes a lot of problems, because when people can't do that themselves, then they feel like they're dumb, like they can't do it. When in reality, the person who made that claim is lying. They can't. They're not fluent. They've learned enough phrases to carry a conversation themselves, as long as they're the one that asks every question and says everything. Like, that's it. That's not fluent. And totally unrelated rant. I don't know why I'm ranting about this. Just try to say all because Cheryl's like saying I'm humble, and I'm like, no, I'm just honest about it. Yeah, confident. That's a better word. Confident. Confident's better. But I wasn't always confident. I was very, very shy and anxious. And like I said, it's gotten better within the past 4 years, even after I started YouTube, it's gotten better. 선아리 씨를 만날 수 있었다. So I could meet 선아리. Never gonna learn this. Yeah, like I said, you just have to put in more time. Some people are just naturally, not gifted with languages. I'll just say some people are legitimately geniuses. Some people are legitimately like really smart. And then there's the rest of us, including me, who are just like normal people. Like, we're not like dumb, but we're not like the geniuses that, do all sorts of like crazy like math and like develop crazy like companies and everything. Like, that's like the really, really smart people. But then sometimes those people get into Korean, and then sometimes they can learn extremely well. But like, for all of us regular people, we have to actually do a lot of studying. Okay, I don't know why the music's like this. Are we in love or something? 선아리 씨는 잠시 졸고 있던 모양이다. It appears that she was just kind of sleeping for a bit. The real funny videos are the ones that are titled "Learn X Korean in 30 minutes." Yeah, Korean Class 101 I think has done some videos like with those sort of titles. After I released my Learn Hangul in 90-minute video, they released a Learn Korean in 90-minute video. But like, what are you gonna learn? Like, yeah, technically you are learning Korean and you're spending 30 minutes at doing it. It should be called Learn Korean for 30 minutes. Not Learn Korean in 30 minutes. Then it's totally accurate, in which case, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they didn't realize that the title sounds a bit too clickbaity. Yeah, this song is so sad already. 그 품에는 방금 전까지 읽고 있던 건지 책 한 권이 뉘어져 있다. 뉘어지다? Open? No. I don't know that word at all. I don't even know the original word. What would it be? 뉘다? They mean 뉘다. 누이다. Okay, there we go. That's the word I wanted. 누이다. And of course it doesn't have any. My goodness, give me the English. What is this doing? Sometimes the app just brings you to the Korean version without telling you. Wow, that was a waste of time. Okay. There was a book laid out. So like 책 한 권. So one book was laid out. Maybe because she was reading it and she fell asleep, basically, while reading a book. So let's write that down. How much time we got left? We got 15 minutes left. I also recommended this to Cheryl during our one-to-one class, but I'll recommend it to everyone else as well. You guys should have more Korean listening content in general, that you just kind of have. She opening her eyes. Okay. You guys should have more Korean content that you're listening to in the background on a regular basis, like as much as possible. So if you can listen to Korean podcasts, not songs, that's like so much useless Korean mixed in with real Korean, but like TV, dramas, podcasts, YouTubers, native Korean speakers that you should just have in the background more often, because that'll help you kind of get used to Korean sounds and Korean speaking more while you're studying. But do that like so it doesn't take up any of your time, unless you have extra time you can watch them, but at least just have it always going on in the background. I think that would be helpful. 그 자세 그대로 눈을 천천히 뜨며, so in her pose, she's basically, I think, sitting down on the ground reading a book. She slowly opened her eyes and 나를 바라보던 선아리 씨는, and then she looked at me. 이내 의아한 얼굴을 지우고 몸을 천천히 일으키며 인사했다. And then after that, she made a again I forgot 의아하다. This is like my third time because it's such an uncommon word, but it's super common in this game. What was that? Was that? Okay, it was. I was like, strange? Is that strange? No, she wouldn't make a strange face. But anyway, yeah, so she made a strange face. I'll put this as well. Now I have like 4 sentences for 의아하다. So basically, she made a strange face and then slowly stood up and 인사했다, greeted me, basically like said hi. 일으키며. Okay. You should have Korean streamers in the background. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, anything in the background is great. It'll help. I listen to every day. I can drop in the Discord if everyone likes Ace Attorney playthroughs. Yeah, that could be cool. Anything like that.
안녕하세요.
Hello. All right, Cheryl, this is your sentence. I'm just joking. You already have the other sentence.
준성씨였던가요?
You were Junsung, right? It was Junsung, right? 네, 맞아요. Yes, that's right. Oops, just a reminder for that. Okay. 이 근처에 산책하다가, yeah, I was just, walking around this area, taking a walk in this area. I was in the neighborhood. 선아리 씨는 여기서 뭐 하세요? There shouldn't be a space here. 뭐 하세요 is actually one word, but whatever. What are you doing here? 선아리 씨를 떠볼 양으로 나는 그렇게 뻔뻔하게 물었다. 떠보다. Anyway, I asked obviously just as a way to kind of feel her out, like figure her out, what she's doing. But I'll write that down. I didn't know that word actually. Someone just likes to see me suffer. 은가요? Yes, that's right. 였던가요? So would you be Junsung? Like that.
그냥 쉬고 있었어요.
I was just relaxing. 그냥 쉬고 있었어요. Or resting. 쉬고 있었다. Resting. 정말? Really? This is my thoughts. I'm not asking her. 나는 선아리 씨에게 쉬 접근하지 못하고 멀리 서 있는 채 선아리 씨를 조심히 살펴봤다. Oh, why did I read that together? 채. I was like, it sounded weird to read it together. 멀리 서 있는 채 선아리 씨를 조심히 살펴봤다. So I carefully looked at 선아리 while I was standing kind of far away, 멀리, far away, unable to approach her, unable to easily get close to her. I was just, while standing just kind of far away, unable to get close, I carefully kind of stared at her. Like, I'm still a detective guy, remember? So I'm kind of like, what are you doing? 아무리 봐도 인간이 아닌 다른 존재로 보이지가 않는다. No matter how I look at her, she doesn't look like any sort of, like she's not a human or that she's any sort of different being. It's like, I don't detect that she's not a human or some other kind of being. I mean, neither do any of the girls. They're supposed to look like humans, I guess. If it makes anyone else feel better, an extended sister-in-law in Korea still uses a Korean teacher to read at the highest TOPIK level. And she's pretty fluent from what I see. It's just super tough. TOPIK is different than speaking Korean. That's why. And I've never taken the TOPIK. I was going to back like in 2013 or 2014 or whatever, they changed it. And I had bought materials to study and then I didn't get to use them for a year. And then in that time they changed the whole TOPIK. So I'm like, what is this? So I never did it, but I've since, you know, learned more since, like I said, like that was 2012 or 13 or 14 or sometime like around there. And I could do it, but you have to learn a lot of vocabulary that you don't normally use much in speaking in order to take the TOPIK. Like it'll say, which word can you replace the underlined word with? And it'll have some random grammar form, and then it'll have different grammar forms that you could possibly replace it with. The problem is if you don't know every single one of those grammar forms, you can't like guess it. It'll be like several that are really similar that all have the same meaning, but that have different rules, like when you can and can't use it. Like for example, sol, nika, you have to know like, oh, you can't use sol with this kind of usage and you have to change it to this one or something like that. So yeah, you have to study for the TOPIK to take the TOPIK. You can't just speak good Korean to take the TOPIK.
잠시 앉았다 가세요. 조금 딱딱하긴 하지만.
Sit down for a bit before you go. 앉았다 가세요. So why don't you take a seat before you leave? 조금 딱딱하긴 하지만. It's a bit hard though. The floor is a bit hard. 선아리 씨는 그렇게 말하며 매끈하게 잘린 큰 돌을 가리켰다. So she said that, and then she pointed to a large stone that had been kind of cut off cleanly. I think that would be a good way to translate it. Yeah, a smoothly cut, like a big stone. I'll write down that word though. 딱딱하다 because of jolly. Did he say that in a video instead of 똑똑하다 or something? 네, 그럼 okay, then alright then. 내가 쭈뼛거리며 앉자 선아리 씨도 내 옆에 천천히 앉았다. 쭈뼛, was that like sitting out stretched out like that? Hold on. I've seen this word before. No. Okay. It would 머뭇거리다. Hesitating. Waver. Okay. So I hesitatingly sat down. And then 선아리 also 내 옆에 next to me. 천천히 sat down slowly next to me. So this is like this girl is kind of like, oh, we're so shy. She's so shy. Here, have a seat next to me. Oh, I'll sit down slowly next to you. Ha 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 ha. Look at romantic music. I don't like her.
무슨
Oh my
일
goodness.
있으세요?
That's right. She sat next to us. Is there something up? 무슨 일 있으세요? We're just going to play for another couple minutes and then we're going to have to stop for tonight. Because I got to turn off the air conditioner shutting off. It's going to be really hot in here. And we got 16 sentences today. It's been a very, very difficult session. 네? Yeah, what?
표정이 어두우세요.
You have like a really dark expression. You look really like something's up, like sad. Or like serious. We can't trust anyone. 마치 카운셀링이라도 받는 듯한 차분한. So it's kind of like, it's just like I'm getting like counseling or something like that from someone. 감정이 절제된 말투다. 절제되다. What's this here? Well, the music changed. Now we have the different music. It changed from the romantic one to this romantic one. Yeah. It's like kind of like emotion. She's talking as if her like she's restraining her emotions like very seriously, as if it's like getting counseling or something. I'll write that down. This will be our last sentence for today. Cheryl, would you take a screenshot of this? Or just remember that we talked about counseling as the last thing we did, because I have to turn it off before it gets too late. Or I don't know, maybe I'll go in the Discord for a bit. I'll see. Okay. That's good for today. 버섯. Mushroom. Cool. Okay. All right, that's good for today. We'll have to go back to her next time, but it's okay because it's saved. So we're not really losing very much. We just can quickly go back to that spot again. So yeah, thank you for coming, everyone. And I think, actually, let me close this out. I think that's good for today. Make sure to do your homework. I feel like a teacher. All right, kids. Okay, kids, make sure you do your homework for class. And next time we're going to be reading pages. You got to read pages 10 to 23, talking about Marxism. And don't skip chapter 4, everyone. Don't skip chapter 4. And we'll see you next time. Not to end this all sad, but I needed this live. It's okay. I need these lives too. These are my Korean study. Otherwise, I wouldn't get any Korean study besides when I prepare for live streams and when I write lessons. So, or talking to my friends and stuff, but like actually studying this, and then when I prepare for the lessons, that's pretty much it. So yeah, it's helpful for me too. Cool. Thanks for coming, everyone. And I'll see you again next time. I'll see you again in a few days, either Friday or Saturday. I'll come on again. Bye.